Binani, winner of the Adamawa State governorship election. Adeyemi, Audu, Oseni, others reject Kogi APC gubernatorial primary election results. Many killed in fresh attack on Kaduna community. And on the international scene, 16 dead, 9 injured in Dubai residential building fire. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. Now the news in detail. The APC governorship candidate Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani have been declared winner of the 2023 governorship election in Adamawa State. The declaration is made Sunday by the resident electoral commissioner, Adamawa State, Hudu Yunusa, following the supplementary elections. With the declaration, Binani has become the first female governor in Nigeria.
No, because it's about life.
The APC support the highest vote.
No. How?
Thank you very much.
How?
Earlier, we spoke to Trust TV's Salis Lawan, and he gives us an update on the reaction following the declaration. Okay, we'll bring you that reaction. Hello, Salis Lawan.
Hello, good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now, we saw the declaration from the REC in Adamawa State. What can you say to that? What's the atmosphere like right now following the declaration?
Well, the declaration has taken, can be described as unexpected to the Adamawa State because most of people have went up to their boots with knowledge from the INEC, telling people that the coalition will continue today at exactly 11. But very unfortunate, the President Election Commissioner conveyed alongside the Commissioner of Police and of course the DSS boss, NSCDC commandant in the state, and announced Senator Aishatu Binani of the APC as the winner of the election. Which, of course, at that moment when he was declaring the election, no much official at the collation center. Even the journalists are few. Yeah, so after that, the state has, of course, turned into a situation which many people feel unhappy, and of course, while some, specifically Aishatu Binani's supporters, jubilate over the victory.
Okay, so have you spoken to the opposition?
Yeah, we tried to reach out to them, but they could not speak at the moment, trying to put themselves into order.
Okay, so are we looking at any form of protest later in the day? What's the atmosphere like for the supporters of the opposition?
The supporters of the opposition, APC, are jubilating, as I said earlier, but the PDP are trying to put themselves into order in order not to put the state in too much trouble. If you go close to the state, particularly some areas, specifically the Island Collation Center, no movement is allowed up to this moment, no going in and out. And of course, residents in some areas are also trying to move to a safer place because of the high number of security personnel going around the state.
Okay, finally, before you go, before these supplementary elections and other elections before this one, we've seen returning officers announcing elections, but we're seeing a resident electoral commissioner announcing an election, which is very, very unusual. Now, the question is, where is the returning officer? What has happened to the returning officer?
The return officer is just to confirm, because the initial statement of the INEC is they will convene at exactly 11. But the resident election commissioner convened before the time at exactly 9 and called some few journalists. Few among the journalists who were there when he announced, and of course, some members of the People's Democratic Party who are always there at the collation center to monitor things were lucky to be there, which, if you listen to the video, they are opposing his declaration, saying they did not agree with what he said, because initially anyone knows that the PDP candidate Ahmadu Umaru Fintri is leading, at least with not at least is leading with margin votes.
No.
As it is today, as it is up to this moment, there's only 10 local government results that has been collected. The remaining 10 local government results are still awaiting. But the INEC Electoral Commissioner went ahead to announce the Senator, APC candidate Senator Aishatu Binani as the winner of the state governorship election.
All right, thank you very much, Salit Lawan. I'm sure if there's any information, we'll have to connect with you to get that information. All right?
Thank you very much, Nadia.
And that was Salit Lawan, our correspondent in Adamawa State. And moving on, the former governor of Sokoto State and the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Aliyu Wamako, has been declared the winner of the Sokoto North Senatorial District election. And Wamako defeated his closest opponent, the state deputy governor, Manir Muhammad Dangia, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, with a margin of 23,023 votes. Announcing the results on Sunday morning, the returning officer for the Sokoto North Senatorial election, Ibrahim Magawata, said after the supplementary elections, the candidate of the APC, Ali Wamako, scored a total number of 141,468 to defeat Manir Dangia, who garnered 118,445 votes. He was also the deputy governor to Adahiru Bafarawa for over 7 years between 1999 and 2006 before he resigned to contest for governor following political differences. Still on election matters, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Suleiman Gumi, has been declared winner of the supplementary elections conducted by Gumi Bukuyum Federal Constituency in Zamfara State. Announcing the winner, the collation officer of the 2023 Gumi Bukuyum supplementary elections, Dr. Lawal Saad, said the PDP candidate Suleiman Gumi polled 35,664 votes to defeat his closest challenger candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Ahmed Gumi, who scored 35,058 votes. The supplementary election of Gumi Bukuyum Federal Constituency was declared inconclusive due to overvoting and violence at some polling units, which the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had rescheduled the supplementary election to 15th of April 2023. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has cancelled Ikonoini Federal Constituency rerun election in Akwa Ibom State as a result of widespread of violence. Akwa Ibom State Resident Electoral Commissioner Dr. Cyril Omorogbe, who announced the cancellation on Saturday to journalists in Uyo, described the rerun as abysmal. Omorogbe based the cancellation of the election in all the 17 polling units that participated in the rerun to incidences of electoral materials and bimodal voters accreditation mission system, that is the BVAS, snatching. And the REC regretted that the violence led to the shooting of the leg of one corps member on duty and queried why politicians will be desperate in a federal constituency election to the extent of shooting an innocent corps member. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress candidate, Clement Jimbo, has won the Abak Etim Ekbo Ika Federal Constituency supplementary elections in Akwa Ibom State. Jumbo polled 22,225 votes to defeat the incumbent Aniakan Umana of the People's Democratic Party, who scored 20,793 votes. The rerun elections for the State Assembly in Kankia, Korfi, and Kankara local government areas of Katsina State witnessed a massive voter turnout amidst heavy security presence. All stakeholders acknowledged that the process commenced early, with the election gadgets, especially the Beavers machine, functioning effectively. Abdullahi Madi was at some polling units in Kankia, Korfi and Kankara during the supplementary elections and now report.
At Kukar Kwaida, Tafasha and Kawayandawa polling stations in Kankia local government, election was ongoing as at 10 to 12 noon when Trust TV visited. Many voters and observers commended the conduct of INEC ad hoc staff, security operatives, and the orderly manner party officials conducted themselves at the polling stations.
So, the run election is going on well now, and as you can see, it's going on freely. Everybody is here. People turn out massively. They are voting.
Honestly, the voter turnout is much, even more than the first election that we had. They came out early. Since after Subhi prayers, most of them are here.
There is no any problems which last election passed. This election, we don't have any problem.
However, the State Assembly candidate of the main opposition party PDP in Kankia local government area, Ibrahim Tafasha, seems unhappy with the heavy presence of government officials at all the polling units, a situation he described as intimidating.
People were sent from the government, from the top, from the center. When I say even federal services are here, and from the state government, all people are here just for this election. And if you are to go to run just 6 polling units, the person we are contesting together, we help from all local government. All our people are there. Why should you call all people from various local government just to come and to intimidate our people?
While responding to the allegation, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Ya'u Gojogojo, says the claims are baseless.
No, I didn't see them. Maybe you go around, you see them, so you'll see that. But me, I go around polling, I didn't see anybody who is on, who is, as you are saying, top official. Who are the top officials? One of the top officials. I'm an official assignment. Okay.
As at 2 p.m., election was almost over at Barkia polling station in Kurifi local government, with few eligible voters on the queue waiting to cast their votes. Observers adjudged the polls as peaceful, free and transparent than the last month, which was characterized by overvoting and violence. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Now, news reaching us now is that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has suspended collation of results for the supplementary election in Adamawa State. The suspension follows the announcement of Senator Aishatu Binani, the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, as winner of the election by the state's resident electoral commissioner, Yunusa Hudu Adi. In a statement by the National Commissioner, Voter Education and Publicity, Festus Okoye, the action of the REC contravenes the provisions of the Electoral Act and is a usurpation of power of returning officer, making the declaration null, void and of no effect. The Commission has, however, invited the returning officer and all those involved in the process to the national headquarters with immediate effect. And now to Kogi State, where some of the aspirants who participated in the Friday's All Progressives Congress governorship primary, where the former Auditor General for Local Government in Kogi, Ahmed Usman Odudo, was declared winner, have rejected the outcome of the process. At a press briefing in Abuja on Saturday, 4 of the aspirants dismissed the process that produced Odudo as a sham. The aspirant that rejected the result included Senator Smart Adeyemi, Prince Shaibu Audu, Professor Stephen Oseni, and a member of the APC National Working Committee, Yakubu Ajaka. They appealed to the APC National Working Committee to disregard the outcome.
The National Secretary of APC and the Resident Electoral Commissioner in Kogi must be prepared to explain and to tell Nigerians if there was election in the governorship election of Kogi State. The primary election was not conducted. The people came out, all of us mobilized our members. The people trooped out in their thousands. But behold, none of the officials of INEC, nor even the panel that was to conduct the election. They were in town, but none of them came out.
Unfortunately, the electoral materials, did not arrive. Elections did not hold. It was a sham of a process. I would like to appeal to the national chairman of our great party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu. I would like to appeal to the National Working Committee to take a good look at, the problem that happened, the sham that happened on Friday, 14th of April. There was no election held, like I mentioned. It was a complete disgrace.
When we talk of the result or vote, in fact, there's no vote to be recorded. Not to talk of so person has this, the other guy has this. When there was no result, there was no election. No election ever took place in the whole exercise.
You're watching Trust TV News Update, coming up after the break. Persons with disability want domestication of Disability Act. Details of this story and more after the short break. Stay with us.
That's great. It's good to see you.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is a news update on Trust TV. A reminder of our top stories. We told you earlier that controversy as REC declares Aishatu Binani winner of Adamawa governorship election. And Adeyemi Audu Oseni, others reject Kogi APC gubernatorial primary election results. Moving on to more news, the military has informed the Kaduna state government of an attack in Runji village, Zangwakotaf local government area, in which several lives were lost on Saturday night. This was disclosed in a statement by the Kaduna State Commissioner, Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan. He said the preliminary report further informed the government that the attack also left some residents injured and an unspecified number of houses burnt down in the community. Governor Nasir Arafai, who received the preliminary report in the early hours of Sunday, has condemned the killings as unacceptable and unjustifiable. The governor condoled the families that lost their loved ones and prayed for the repose of the victims' souls. He also prayed for the speedy recovery of the injured. The Joint Association of Persons with Disability has called on the Gombe State Government to domesticate the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act 2018. The call follows concern by the group that they struggle to access services at Lawanti International Airport, Gombe, due to inadequate provision to cater for them. Ibrahim Ismail now reports.
Fatima Sani Yakubu is coping with spinal cord injury. She says one of the major difficulties they experience at the Lawanti International Airport, Gombe, is inadequate provision of wheelchairs for them.
Two issues that we have in the airport: the distance between the arrival and the aircraft, and the distance between the parking space and the arrival. That's the only issue. Secondly, they don't have wheelchair. they will start, if they see you, they start looking for wheelchair. We don't have, let's see, where are we going to get wheelchair? This, and they will start wasting. They will just waste your time. And if you come back from Abuja or anywhere else, they will start looking, they will just leave you in the aircraft. They will just forget about you.
Accessibility of people living with disabilities in Gombe State. So I want to call Governor of Gombe State, Governor Inouye Haya, to establish the all disability law in Gombe State, because people with disability can be relief.
Speaking on the sidelines of a stakeholders' engagement on accessibility of Nigerian airports to persons with disabilities in Gombe, National Chairman of the Spinal Cord Injuries Association of Nigeria urged Gombe State government to attend to the accessibility requirements for their members through domestication of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2018.
The little challenge we have at the airport is the distance between the aircraft and the arrival hall, departure hall, and everybody's feeling that, even people who have no disability. So you need to commend the government for doing the airport, but we know that there's in everything that human beings do, we need to improve every day. So hopefully, with the improvement that we recommended, like having a bus to take people from the aircraft to the terminal buildings, is very, very important. If they can do that, everybody will benefit.
Meanwhile, Gombe State government vowed to rectify the issues of accessibility at the Gombe airport raised by the PWDs.
We were enlightened about the law and the right of people living with disabilities, and by the grace of God, we will try our best as ministry so that we protect their right, more especially the issues they raise in the airport. I will report to my boss, and I'm very sure we're going to take necessary steps.
According to the Center for Citizens with Disabilities, CDD, there have been numerous accounts of denial of air travel rights as well as humiliating treatment of persons with disabilities in the country. About 16 states are yet to domesticate the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Act 2018. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Gombe.
Nasarawa State government has warned miners against illegal operations in different excavation sites in the state. State Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources Yakubu Kwanta gave the warning during his visit to some mining locations in the state. Abubakar Abdullahi sent in this report as presented in our studio here in Abuja.
The visit by the management of Nasarawa State Ministry for Environment and Natural Resources was in line with the Executive Order 2, signed by Governor Abdullahi Sule in 2022, directing the ministry to ensure that all miners coming to the state are registered to effectively monitor what they do. This, according to the Commissioner for the Ministry, Yakubu Kwanta, was to strengthen security, peace, and harmony with the host communities, as well as to ensure that all revenue due to the states are paid. He warned the miners to desist from going beyond their mining license as approved by the federal government and ensure that all environmental impacts agreements are strictly followed.
Today, we have found a lot of defaulters, and as you can see, we're going to hand them over to the appropriate authorities, the Ministry of Justice, so that they can prosecute them accordingly. We're not driving investors, but we'll make sure that investors are operating within the confines of the law.
Kwanta also called on all mining investors in the states who are not registered to go to the ministry for proper documentation, explaining that the enforcement tour will sustain across the states until the system is sanitized. Mining sites visited during the tour include Mitri Fertilizer Limited in Jide and 5 Star Mines Limited, Angwan Abaka in Wamba local government area, as well as Nabaska, Nigeria Limited, and Gwandoka in Kokona local government area of the state.
And away from Nigeria, a fire has swept through an apartment building in an older neighborhood of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, killing at least 16 people and injuring 9. The Dubai Civil Defense Force has said preliminary investigations showed that the fire was caused by a lack of compliance with building safety and security requirements. Dubai, one of the 7 emirates of the United Arab Emirates, has a population of about 3.3 million, of whom nearly 90% are foreigners. The nationality of the victims has not been released. And finally, in sports, British heavyweight Joe Joyce's world title ambitions were derailed as he suffered a 6th-round technical knockout loss to China's Zhilei Zhang of London's Copper Box Arena. Joyce, who is 37, was staggered several times and had no answer to Zhang's power as he suffered his first pro loss. The ringside doctor twice inspected Joyce's swollen eye before the referee halted the contest in the 6th round. Joyce, the 2016 Olympic silver medalist, was the mandatory challenger for unified champion Alexander Usyk's WBO title and was on the cusp as a world title shot. With that, we have come to the end of the news update at this hour. For more, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.